ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
For those of us who lived through the Great Depression, the memory of the suffering it caused is deep and searing. And today, many economic analysts and historians argue that high tariff legislation passed back in that period, called the Smoot-Hawley Tariff, greatly deepened the Depression and prevented economic recovery. You see, at first, when someone says, let's impose tariffs on foreign imports, it looks like they're doing the patriotic thing by protecting American products and jobs. And sometimes for a short while it works, but only for a short time. What eventually occurs is, first, homegrown industries start relying on government protection in the form of high tariffs. They stop competing and stop making the innovative management and technological changes they need to succeed in world markets. And then, while all this is going on, something even worse occurs. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. The result is more and more tariffs, higher and higher trade barriers, and less competition. So soon, because of the prices made artificially high by tariffs that subsidize inefficiency and poor management, people stop buying. Then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs. The memory of all this occurring back in the 30s made me determined when I came to Washington to spare the American people the protectionist legislation that destroys prosperity. Now, it hasn't always been easy. There are those in the Congress, just as there were back in the 30s, who want to go for the quick political advantage, who risk America's prosperity for the sake of a short-term appeal to some special interest group.
That's the voice, I apologize, of Ronald Reagan. Ronald Wilson Reagan, 1987. He gave a 5-minute and change speech called Free and Fair Trade. You're listening to the Karen Hunter Show on Sirius XM Urban View, where talking powers and becomes action. It is Foolishness Friday. I'm going to get into some foolishness because the current sitting president of the United States wigged out today because Canada took a piece of the Ronald Reagan speech. Roger Barrow is here. Canada took a piece of this speech and turned it into an ad. Play the ad, Smiz.
When someone says, let's impose tariffs on foreign imports, it looks like they're doing the patriotic thing by protecting American products and jobs. And sometimes for a short while it works, but only for a short time. But over the long run, such trade barriers hurt every American worker and consumer. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. Then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs. Throughout the world, there's a growing realization that the way to prosperity for all nations is rejecting protectionist legislation and promoting fair and free competition. America's jobs and growth are at stake.
This ad sent the person that's occupying the White House and destroying it into such a tizzy last night that he took to his social media platform and in all caps said, all trade negotiations with Canada are hereby terminated based on their egregious behavior. And it was spelled correctly. So I'm imagining somebody wrote the social media post. Actually, I'm going to read the actual post that he put out. He said, Ronald Reagan Foundation has just announced that Canada has fraudulently used an advertisement. I just played both of them, which is fake. I just played the actual 1987, and y'all can Google search it, right? So he's just a liar. Ronald Reagan Foundation has announced that Canada has fraudulently used an advertisement, which is fake, featuring Ronald Reagan speaking negatively about tariffs. The ad was $75 million. They only did this to interfere with the decision The U.S. There is some typos here. The U.S. United States Supreme
So
Court,
it's
other
from him.
courts. Yeah, that's true. Tariffs are very important. This is all caps. Tariffs are very important to the national security and economy of the U.S.A. And based on their egregious behavior, this is where I think somebody came in. All trade negotiations with Canada are hereby terminated. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President DJT. It's a lot going on. But this sentiment. But here's the thing, Rod. We're 10 months into this debacle. Lots of people lost their jobs. Lots more. The economy today. I was just telling Smith, the stock market was up. The last couple of days have been raging. None of this makes any sense. The shoe is going to drop, but unless people are bolstering, I mean, it's a lot of things that aren't supposed to be happening. Reagan, who many of us, were raised to believe he was the devil,
I know
was
I
horrible. He probably, crack cocaine, Reaganomics, war. It was horrible. This man is worse, and now he's not even following the very basic tenets of, at least there was some economic thought behind. This is just willy-nilly craziness, but a bankrupter is going bankrupt. So here we are.
I was going to ask you if that was AI, because I don't think I've ever heard a Reagan sentence I agree with until just now. So I was like, maybe it is fake. But then he said it was fake, and I was like, then it's definitely real. Because I don't trust nothing Donald Trump say. And if anybody knows about putting out fake content, it's Donald Trump. It's the sombreros on Congress people. It's a video of him flying a plane and shitting on people. It's the NFTs where he's a bodybuilder, so he know about some fakeness. But it is interesting. And then to be that temperamental, because I was told that was the reason we can't have a woman in charge. Because women too emotional.
Emotion? Oh.
Yeah.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.